full force type stuff. You know what I mean? I thought it was a hard shot, but it wasn't. Like, I just hit him so clean. And like where I hit him at, snapped his neck and everything. And if somebody neck turn like that,
now you gotta wait. Now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting to the mud.
Back down from that, I damn sure I ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it?
Davis is pumped up for his rematch with Lamont Roach, promising to knock him out this time. In their first fight, Davis talked a big game but couldn't follow through. Now, he's coming in more aggressive and focused, determined to win. Fans are expecting an exciting showdown as Davis looks for redemption. The two had a heated exchange during an exclusive interview with Fox.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule the weekend. I rule the weekend for sure. He just doing what you have to do, trying to psych yourself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who has the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Davis's recent draw with Lamont Roach has shaken his position in the boxing world. Known for his knockout power and undefeated record, he's now facing criticism and doubt. Boxing analyst Tim Bradley stated that Davis's reputation took a hit after the match, stressing the need for him to prove himself. Bradley also predicted that the rematch won't go past 6 rounds, adding more pressure on Davis to put on a strong, decisive performance.
I look like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on a show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it?
Nah, there's too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Can improve in or improve on, and you know they're gonna come back and they're gonna put their best foot forward, bro. But like, look, if this shit don't motivate you, Tank, you know, the fact you got to draw, the fact that you had a big fight lined up with Jake Paul after this, and now you got to wait, and now you got to do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting drugged through the mud. You know, and all those fans that was on his side, bro, a lot of them are switching teams now. You know, so you know, look, he got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but a lot to prove to his fans and his fan base out there. So he go back in there, had his rematch, and he do what he's supposed to do, like he's supposed to do the first time around, then all the shit that happened in the pad it swept under the rug, because that's just how, you know, the fans is and the sport is. You know, and then he moves on.
Roach is feeling confident as he gears up for the rematch with Davis. In a recent interview, he shared his belief in his skills and his readiness to take on Davis once more.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents, and everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this and that's what you're supposed to say, right? Like, I'm going into a fight, I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure I ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it?
Lamont Roach Sr., his father and trainer, praised his son's dedication to training and preparation. While he's unsure about Davis's mindset and the exact timing of the rematch, he has full trust in his son's commitment and hard work.
Like I expected, but I knew my son was game. Training camp, he was so focused and locked in. I knew that we was gonna put on a great performance, and it was kind of like stolen away from him a little bit with the decision. But the world got to see how good he is, so that's the blessing to come out of this. So he really stamped himself in the boxing world more so with this performance. So like I say, that's why it's bittersweet.
Is it
we get it. We talked to the team, you know, he fresh off this fight just like everyone else, you know what I'm saying? He might be talking off some whispers or things like that, but I don't know his plans, I don't know his management team and stuff like that, but I know the fans want the rematch, and you should get the fans what they want.
Do you think we could see a rematch take place back in Washington now?
That'd be great. Why not? They just broke the Barclay gate, so I think it'll sell out fast back home.
The first fight between Davis and Roach ended in a majority draw, a result that sparked a lot of debate. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn weighed in, saying that Davis should have lost and that a point deduction was deserved. This controversy has led to widespread discussions about whether the decision was fair and has raised the call for a rematch to settle things once and for all.
I can fight Gervonta.
Maybe not. I mean, I think he's had a result, to be honest with you, because one, he should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter, it won't be easy.
Trainer Greg Hackett recognized how competitive the first fight was, admitting that it's hard to predict who will win the rematch. He pointed out that both fighters have shown the skills and drive needed to win, making the upcoming bout highly anticipated. Similarly, Julian Gonzalez emphasized that both Davis and Roach will give their all to win the rematch, highlighting how evenly matched they are.
You got to learn from the first fight. You got to learn from the first fight, and you got to bring something different. But at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. You can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these. No bullshit. We might see 3 of these Jones.
Is this a lesson to boxing fans?
Famous female boxer Claressa Shields stressed the importance of mental health as the rematch approaches. She voiced concerns over Davis's aggressive comments, suggesting he might benefit from therapy to work through any underlying issues. Shields believes that focusing on mental well-being will not only help Davis personally but also improve his performance in the ring.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought four main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, you know, he's not signed with TMT. Mayweather, yeah. Promotions, anymore. Yeah. It's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. So I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank because, to me, he just needs to take some serious time to deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that, so it can be very, very tough. So I just hope that he gets help.
Davis decides to skip the rematch. Roach has other opponents lined up. He's already talked with Shakur Stevenson and is open to fighting either Vasyl Lomachenko, as long as Lomachenko hasn't retired, or Kezin Davis. These potential matchups show Roach's ambition and readiness to take on top-tier competition, no matter what Davis decides.
Best fighters in the world.
Now let's say this fight with Tank doesn't happen for some reason, not gonna work for y'all. Who would you want to fight next, and what would be the next contender, whether it be at 135 or at 130?
So if it's at 135, obviously it's gonna be a champ.
Champ.
You got Shakur Stevenson, you got Keyshawn Davis, and Lomachenko if he not retired. We already talked to Shakur, and that we that's he on board. So
he on board. What do you mean?
Like I talked to him personally, me and him, and he was like, we can run it. If he not gonna give you the fight, even before the fight, he was like, after you win, we can unify. I was like, for sure.
Rising boxing star Kezin Davis has expressed interest in fighting Lamont Roach before their expected rematch. He hinted that the rematch could happen later, showing his eagerness to step into the ring with Roach in the meantime. This adds another exciting twist to the lightweight division's already intense dynamic.
So he fights somebody, it's the same thing that we're saying about Tank, right? Like, he fights somebody that that's a lot lighter than him. He takes that fight and he gets whooped by Bud. That shit just kind of changes the narrative a little bit.
I feel like the only point if I could, in the perfect world, if I could have it, like how I want to have it, thank God Lamont Roach made a name for 135 division because we needed somebody. Okay. Let's be real. So now we got a new person. Thank God. So now we got Lamont Roach. If I can have it my way, Shakur and Tank, y'all go ahead and fight. Y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me fight Lamont.
I like that.
Y'all don't rematch just yet. Cause y'all still gonna have to rematch. Y'all still can rematch.
Yeah.
However it go between me, Lamont, and Shakur and Tank.
Yeah.
However it go, y'all still can rematch.
Word? You ain't lying.
That's the businessman right there.
And that's two mega fights. That's a mega fight for Gervonta, and that's another big fight for Lamont.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And then Lamont still can go off.
Gilberto Mendoza, president of the World Boxing Association, WBA, has made it clear that he wants to help make the rematch between Davis and Roach happen. He stressed the need to resolve the controversy from their first fight and ensure a clear winner in the rematch. Mendoza's support highlights just how important this matchup is in the world of boxing.
Apparently it's been reported that the WBA president, Gervonta Mendoza, will apparently pursue a rematch between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach after that controversial majority draw decision. Like many others, including myself, we were absolutely disgusted by that decision. It feels like that it was an absolute robbery for Lamont Roach, as I do think he deserved to get the W. Especially for Lamont, he deserves that rematch, especially when he proved all the doubters, including myself, that he deserves to be in the ring with Tank Davis. If this doesn't happen for whatever reason, then apparently Shakur Stevenson has offered a chance to Lamont to go for his title, which would be great, to be honest with you. And something should be done about that referee. I mean, that was absolutely disgraceful for what he did over there. And he's the reason why Lamont really didn't get that W, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. Guys, with all of this happening, let me know what you all think.
Boxer Lonnie B has praised Lamont Roach's potential to become a world champion. He highlighted Roach's determination and clear communication as signs of his ability to excel in the upcoming fight against Davis. Lonnie B's endorsement adds weight to Roach's rising reputation in the boxing community.
Gotta go with Tank, because he got that equalizer. It's only a matter of time before he land, but I would say this, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. I like the way he's talking. He's talking like a champion. He ain't showing Tank no respect. See, those my kind of dudes. When dudes get opportunity like this and they rise to the occasion and they don't let the media and their opponent and the politics bully them, they fight back. Like, yo, I don't care what he did to who, he fighting me, and I don't care how many of y'all praise him and worship him, he's going to sleep. And Lamont Roach talking a good game, but he got to fight one. It's a big difference when you talking on fight night, when you walk out to that arena, and it's a whole different ball game. So if he can deal with the pressure and deal with everything leading up to the fight like a champion, I believe, now mind you, that might not translate to a win, but a star can be born. And if he give Tank a good fight and don't get stopped and give Tank a good fight, a star can be born.
Coach Bernie highlighted the importance of Roach refining his strategy for the rematch. While he acknowledged Roach's solid performance in the first fight, he pointed out areas where a bit more aggression could have changed the momentum. His advice suggests that making these strategic adjustments could be key to Roach's success in the upcoming rematch.